everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel, and I am back with Love and Country, the first mission, and specifically bonus content for Emile. So last time I did the bonus content I played the bonus content or read it for Anton, and that was very illuminating. Made me feel for the man, truly. I'm not even kidding. I think I might sound slightly sarcastic, but I actually really felt for the man. And we're going to see this time how Emile's thoughts and feelings when he's interacting with Lillian in a certain part of the main story where it's just all Lillian's, like, you know, perspective and all that, how that kind of like informs my understanding of what the main story is. So, without further ado, let's just get into it because I'm very excited to get into this bonus content, and it's Emile. So, thank you to Goohoo Games for putting in this extra content. I love it. I hope everything is going well with the development of another story of Love and Country. If you missed it, there is going to be even more Love and Country stories. It was just like maybe announced earlier this month in February. So be excited for that if you love and country as much as I do. And yeah, we're going to Bar Libellule. So let's get into it. Oh, this bar. Oh, Emile. Look at him. Man, he's so pretty. Anyways, what is that noise? It's like that music? I guess it is, yeah. Sorry, again, my volume's a little like low, high. Like it's for the recording. But anyways, I assume it's music. Aren't you working tonight? Who are you? Oh, the lady. The lady. Okay. Oh, I love this lady. Look at her. Look at her, like, I like the green that she has and the intense red that we see on her lips, but also on the wine glass. Perfect. Angèle tilts her chin down in response so that she can gaze at me through her long, dark lashes. It's a practice look, the kind that she uses on her clients, or when she wants something. Not that I'm in the mood to give her anything. We had a vicious argument a few weeks prior that culminated with the end of whatever we are. Oh. It wasn't the first time, and it probably won't be the last. Angèle tips her wine back, making sure I'm watching as she licks some fallen drops from her lips. When I don't react, she frowns and gives a heavy sigh. Yes, I'm working. Yes, I'm late. I don't care. It's not like Pearl will do anything about it. Brat. But she's right. Ever since Angèle became Le Jardin's top earner, the house rules mean nothing to her. Okay, honestly, top earner? Congratulations, Angèle. I love that for you. Do what you need to do. Don't abide by the rules. I love that for you. You earned it. Okay, great. She can be late and get away with She can be late and get away with it. I'm too excited. I can't read right now. If her patrons have to wait to see her, it only makes her that much more alluring to them. Late is one thing, but drunk too. Oh my gosh, his little expressions I love. I think Pearl is gonna have something to say about that. It does seem like she is drinking more lately. Never begrudge anyone their vices. Life is hard, but I'm beginning to get concerned. You're just scared I'm gonna tell her I was out with you. Of course I am. She gives me an earful about it every time I drop by. Well, I think you're safe since you don't drop by anymore. Now that I work for the Bureau, I simply don't have as much time for visits. When did you start working for the Bureau, Emile? Like that's my question. Also, I really love that we're kind of getting to see that this woman really was like someone connected to Emile, and I wonder if we learned anything else Besides the fact that she's great at her job and, like, you know, was connected to Emile or is connected, but I don't know if they will be. Okay, I will have comments on that once we get into it a little more. But I've been especially scarce since our last fight. That's just how things work for us. We fracture, we take time apart, and eventually find our way back to each other. She knocks back the rest of her drink before shooting me a scowl. I get the feeling you're trying to make me leave. That's because I am. I told you I'm meeting someone. And I can't be here for that? No, you'll be in the way. I had never intended for Angèle to come to La Libellule. That's why I ran into her on my way here. That's why when I ran into her on my way here, my heart skipped out of fear. When we meet like this, especially over drinks, we usually end up in bed together. It was the ritual of setting a broken bone so it could mend. And we always do mend. But even after we seem to heal, it's never quite the same as before. It's been a while since we were really in love, but we don't know how to be apart. How to have a clean break. Okay, so toxic relationship. Okay, I felt those vibes from you. It's not that surprising. But okay, we're being honest. So maybe a clean break would be best because maybe you two are not the healthiest for each other right now. But I respect both of you. Also not in the way. In the way? How dare you? I swear to God, the way you talk to me sometimes. Oh, I forget you're the queen of the Saint Martin Canal. Apologies, my lady. She hisses at him. Gosh. She hisses at me before raising her hand to signal the barkeep for another refill. I eye the clock on the wall. It's 2 minutes until 8. Fuck. Ooh! Thanks for the CG. I love this. Look at Angèle. Like, I'm just like, he's hiding something from me. That's what I would think too. But also, he is, because he's a spy now. But this must be more recent. Like maybe the last month or two. Especially since Angèle has mentioned that, like, or maybe even Emile has mentioned that he hasn't been by in a while. Like, he wasn't really going. I don't know when's the last time they fought. I'm gonna say at least a month or two. Maybe 2 is kind of pushing. Maybe at least a month. I don't really know how long their, like, spats kind of, like, last. So, and then even less. So I would say at least 2 months since they last fought and not really talking to each other. But then also within that time period started working for the bureau. But, like, I don't know. I would need more information to get a better estimate of that. But anyways, oh my god, look at that lighting. Look at Emile. Look at that profile. Look at Angèle looking, like, so sultry. Oh gosh, you've been sitting here for an hour. Okay. I've been sitting with Angèle for an hour now. It was only supposed to be a glass of wine, maybe a peace offering of sorts. But I'm not ready to go through the motions of making up with her. Not tonight. There isn't time. There are other things to worry about. This mission, for starters. I have no idea what to expect, which is making me more nervous than I'll readily admit. It's absurd that the Bureau wants me to help rescue one of their agents. All they've ever done is forge documents. Now I have to go to Germany and risk my life behind enemy lines. I will say that is so interesting. Like, I know it's a dire situation, but there were I mean, okay, for the purposes of the story, I love that, you know, Lillian and Emile were sent to go rescue Herbert Denham. But, like, was it really the best choice to send them? Like true, or there was really no one else. Like, no one else. There's not even, like, a senior person on this. Like, they're both new. I mean, like, maybe technically, I don't know, if he's been forging documents for them, then, like, he's been doing it. I don't know. I'm still stuck on when's the last time Angèle and Emile fought. I'm gonna say in the last 6 months, and then he started working for the Bureau for some reason. And does he even have enough training? Also, I mean, like, forging documents, sure, but like, I don't know. I thought they would train you before going to send you, you know, like in the line of fire, so to speak. I mean, you know. Anyways, now I have to go to Germany and risk my life behind enemy lines. Yeah, you do. I almost didn't believe Brunet when he briefed me on the details. Who's Brunet? I want to know. Sorry, I'm getting excited. But it's not as if I had much of a choice. Not with Thierry's fate in my hands. Who's Thierry? And despite what Brunet may think, I do actually try for this stupid organization. I prepared the necessary documents. I've been practicing my English. Hell, I even bought a suit. Okay. I want to see this little montage of like the preparations Emile had to do. When did you learn about the mission? Like a week ago? 2 weeks ago? You had more time than Lillian. Just thinking about the damn suit makes me straighten up. I roll my shoulders back, trying to shake my growing anxiety. Oh, he is human. Not that I didn't know that, but good to know it's reflected in his thoughts. Angèle seems to notice that I'm on edge. Are you meeting another woman? No. Angèle's eyes narrow, daring me to stick to the lie. I cave under the intensity of her stare. Look, it's a work thing, all right? Since when do you work? My patience with her wanes. I don't owe her any explanation, especially not when we aren't even together. It's none of your business. Time for you to go. Then what was the Gel, come and have a drink with me all about, Dick? Why invite me in the first place? Get lost. The words tumbled from my mouth, harsher than I had intended. I wish more now than ever that I had the power to call them back. I'll leave whenever the fuck I want. She sounds so scary, but also, again, my thought is, it doesn't make sense. The timing's not right for this whole work thing to happen because the timing doesn't make sense for them to kind of figure things out while this work thing is going to happen, but she can't know that because she's not part of the Bureau. But this is, again, another demonstration of why it's very hard to work for the Bureau / be a spy. Even if you're, like, not in the line of fire or behind behind the lines of enemy territory, etc., you can't tell people anything. You can't tell people who are not in your organization anything. And probably, like, not even people who are on the same assignment as you, anything. And that's hard, navigating that. So I kind of appreciate that is a very common thread with all of our characters in Love and Country so far, with Lillian, with Anton, with Emile. Because we can obviously see that reflected, especially in this moment of, like, Emile's not able to tell, like, much more to Angèle, except for, like, it's a work thing. And she doesn't even know what work it is. Because he probably couldn't even mention, like, yeah, I got a job. Where? I don't know. An office? Doing what? So anyways, this is the pivotal moment anyways, from the main story, before Lillian meets Emile officially. She snaps right back at me, slamming her fist on the bar top hard enough to make the glasses rattle. I hiss at her, desperate to de-escalate the situation. I don't think hissing will do that. Calm down. Brunet told me to pick somewhere crowded for the sake of anonymity. But now that feels like a mistake. Thanks to Angèle's little tantrum, everyone in the bar is looking at us. No matter what I do now, it will be conspicuous. You don't tell me what to do. You gotta pay for that privilege, asshole. I really like Angèle. She's got some good liners. She angrily snatches up her coat, whipping it over her shoulders. Fucking Christ. I reached out, trying to turn her back to me, only to have her spit at my feet. Why does it always get so ugly with her? The other patrons give her a wide berth as she storms out. I should let her walk away. It'd be easier, but can't bring myself to leave things like this. You have a heart, Emile. Like we all do, but, you know. Before I've reasoned through the decision, I'm already on my feet, polishing off the last of my drink as I pull on my jacket. It's always like this. I push, she lashes out, and then we chase each other down looking for forgiveness. Maybe not the healthiest. Ooh, we get some posters! Okay. Recommande aux familles. On les aura, oui, mais le poilu aura sa part. Comment pas la savoir lycée au partir au 8 avril 1916, l'action française. Sorry, I'm just like reading these things. Okay. Ooh. The War and Human Exposition. It's June. We're in June. Well, no. This is April. This is April to June, so we should be maybe in April or maybe May even. Syphilis. City of Paris is a theater thing. Académie des Saints Peinture, something about anglais. So maybe like, you know, when you go to like a bar or a place and they have like little posters. These are just random posters. Okay. Or they're outside. They're postings. Anyways, I will continue, sorry. I like that little detail. The air outside feels especially cold after being in such a crowded room. I like her hat. Agelle's got her coat pulled tightly around her shoulders to keep the chill off. I light a cigarette, taking a long drag before passing it to her. I'm so tired of this. She's cross, but at least she isn't yelling anymore. So am I. So, what are we doing? I don't know. The silence that hangs between us only feels more ridiculous next to the muffled cacophony emanating from La Libellule. You're being weird tonight. Normally your hand would be up my skirt by now. You think you know me so well. You can't even imagine that I would have things going on in my life other than you. She swings her foot at the ground with a sheepish look on her face, scuffing her shoe against the pavement. I'm sorry about that. And I'm sorry for kicking you out. Look, it's not a good night for this. I'll take you out for real next time. I see a smirk form on her lips, and I know all is forgiven. You're going to take me to Chez Marais? Now that you're in the money? As if Chez Marais would even let the pair of us through their doors. But it's still a nice thought. She hands my cigarette back. Her lipstick has left a dark red mark on the paper. Sure. The job's been good enough. I hate working for the bureau, especially Brunet. Brunet, the prick. But I'm getting regular pay for the first time in my life. I want to know so much more about Emile. Like, okay, so obviously we could gather from, like, Lillian's side of things that he wasn't in the same, like, social circles as her, and definitely not same, like, socioeconomic status, which is what I'm referring to. And also just, like, noticing things that she had noticed, Lillian, about, like, the way that he's, like, dressed, or, like, you know, more so, like, his comfort zone in, like, with certain circles, like, at La Libellule, or, like, you know, elsewhere. That's also very apparent. So this is good information that we're getting, that this is the first time he's actually had a job for, like, that's a regular enough job, that he's getting a regular paycheck, which is interesting. I also forget how old they are. They're not, like, I think Lillian's 20? She's 20? I think she's 20. And I don't think the guys are that much, well, I don't know about Anton. I don't think Emile's that much older. And I don't think Anton's that much older either, but probably older than the two of them. Oh. I'm eating every day, and can finally afford a roof over my head. That part isn't so bad. What is it that you're doing, anyway, for work? I haven't told her about the arrangement with the bureau. I haven't told anyone. How did you get into this? I'm curious. Just the usual. A long silence hangs between us. My irritation with her subsides, leaving concern in its wake. Are you going to be okay? Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm not sure I believe her. She seems troubled somehow, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm not the only one with secrets. Ooh, I want to learn more from Angèle. I'll go now. I'm expected elsewhere. Finally. See you around. This week? Maybe next week. Honestly, I have no idea how this mission will go, but I think I can count on it taking at least 2 days. Whatever. She mumbles as she kisses me on each cheek before heading in the direction of Le Jardin. Another cool breeze sends a chill through me as I watch her go, reminding me of the scarf hanging out of my coat pocket. It was perfect for the weather outside, but too warm to be worn indoors, so I had taken it off. The scarf wasn't my idea. Brunei insisted that I needed to wear a piece of clothing that would be recognizable. How else was the American to identify me? The scarf was the only thing I could come up with. Wrapping it around my neck, I head back inside. As I step through the threshold, someone plows right into me. I look down to see a glittering fairy. No, not a fairy. Just a woman. But everything she's wearing, from the jewelry around her neck to the fabric of her dress, sparkles. Even in the dim light of the bar. There's even a fucking crown on her head. She looks ridiculous and out of place. I'm shocked that I didn't notice her before. I'll have to check that the barman didn't switch my wine for absinthe while my head was turned. He's like, oh my god, a hallucination. A sparkly woman? Monsieur de Rosier? She knows my name. It takes longer than it should for me to realize that she must be the American. I still can't make sense of her, though. Is she in a costume? Maybe she's a dancer? They didn't tell me she was a dancer. I guess that wouldn't be pertinent information if she could be a dancer. Then again, they didn't tell me anything about her, other than that she's an American. She knows German, and that she's working for that old rich lady that the Bureau employs. If they cancel the ballet... What? She seems equally confused. Maybe her French isn't that good, or maybe they don't have ballet in America. So fair. That's just a funny thought. It's like, maybe you don't have ballet. Maybe Americans just don't have that particular cultural aspect. I think she's just confused why you're talking about ballet, but that's funny. You one of those dancing girls in the tutus. Her skirt is certainly fluffy like a tutu. It's easy to picture her on a stage, twinkling and twirling. That's where she belongs, not in a fucking bar. You mean a ballerina? Sure. No. She blinks at me like I'm the crazy one. Then why are you dressed like one? I'm not. This is a Lucille. Who the fuck is Lucille? Same question I had. Her words are as nonsensical as her outfit. This must be some kind of joke. I'm going to need another drink to wrap my head around it. I brush past her and head for the bar. Oh. And then they get to connect over their assignment together. Okay, wow. Okay. Oh my god, I really enjoyed that. I mean, I don't know if there's anything like, okay, the only new information that we got that like Emile has an on and off thing with Angèle, and it's kind of toxic. And not even kind of, it is toxic. But you know what? Each their own. Who am I to judge, really? But it is not maybe the healthiest for them both. But he didn't make up with her that night, so, you know, they were still on and off again situation. And the other thing is, again, this like illustration of how hard it's been for Emile to like work for the Bureau but not be able to tell anyone, because I would assume that jeopardizes your, you know, your security and all that, your personal security and safety. And also just, you know, I like that we get a little bit of like Lillian at the end, but I also really like that we kind of just more so had this conversation with Angèle, because it just really provided more information about Emile, like who he has been with or who he knows, but also about his like socioeconomic status, which we knew to some degree. But also, it seems like he's been working for the Bureau much longer than Lillian has, like officially. Like, I know Lillian has been training and stuff, but she hasn't, like, officially. I mean, I guess she technically has been working for the Bureau, but she hasn't, like, really been working for them. And he also is officially, like, the forger, one of the main forgers of documents. So that's interesting. I still think it's kind of crazy that they sent these two people, Emile and Lillian, on their first mission, like in person across, to Germany when it's World War One, and France and Germany are not on the same side in the war. With no other mentor. Like there was like no one who like maybe would know what they're doing a little bit more. I'm not. That's what I would be more concerned about. It's like you did that. You didn't expect them that like maybe they might not come back. I don't know if that's a good idea. The Museum Bureau, like that doesn't seem like very good. Anyways, those are just my thoughts. But I did like seeing Emile. It was nice to meet Angèle. I wonder if we'll see her in the future. It does seem that she has other stuff going on in her life, and I don't know if that's like, I don't. I mean, it could be spy business, but maybe it's just like other things. Like maybe she's just not like there's other personal things that she can't speak about. And maybe we'll see her later in Love and Country. I'm sure we will if we get to see more of Emile and Anton. But I guess we'll see what is actually canon in terms of like the storyline, because we had a couple of like variants to the main story's endings, but I don't know which one was the true ending. Or will we just, I mean, I want to see Lillian, or will we see Lillian like way in the future? I don't know. Like when she's more of a seasoned spy? Will we never see the boys again? I don't know. I want to. I mean, I think we would at least see Emile if, Lillian's continuing her work with the Bureau to some degree, but who knows. Anyways, this is supposed to be about Emile, but I'm getting into the main story. I just want to share my thoughts now, knowing what I know about Anton and Emile in relation to, like, Lillian's story. And I really want to know more about Lillian and her life as a spy and just her life in general. But anyways, I really had fun with this. I'm so glad that there was this bonus content available. And I hope you did too. Let me know what you thought about Emile's perspective. What do you think about Angèle? Also, what do you think about the two of them and how they interacted with each other and their history and all that? I kind of wish that we got a little bit more about Emile's family. Or I wonder if that we'll get that in the future. But I'm still very curious about that. I still have so many questions. I just have so many questions. I think that's like literally what all of this is leading me to. But all to say, it's all good. I'm very intrigued. But please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like if you like the video. And subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of Love and Country in the future when there's more content from the game devs, Goohoo Games. Thank you, Goohoo Games, for this lovely game story. I mean, I keep saying it, but I really loved it. So, and yeah, subscribe if you also want to see more on my channel. I play a lot of like indie visual novels, and I try to post as regularly and consistently as possible. And hit the bell for notifications if you are subscribed to me, because you'll see when new stuff is out. And also, if you have recommendations, I really like this game story. So if there's anything similar or anything else that you think I might be interested, I'm always happy to get recommendations. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!